and we got
Comic-Con
a little movie
weekend,
review.
so.
Yeah. Hopefully this show is a little more interesting than what we got this week. God dang.
We'll talk. We got some stuff.
You ready? Let's do it.
I'm ready.
Welcome back to another episode of Diego and Sam Know Nothing.
Where there's no gray man on this show.
That's right.
Just black or white.
Just
That's it. No gray. None of that.
No gray here.
None of that middle ground.
No
nonsense.
gray here. We make decisions here. We're not wishy-washy. It is or it isn't. All right?
Not in this day and age.
Not in this day and age.
Not after what we saw this weekend.
No. I have
You either liked it or you hated it.
and that's it. Don't tell me that I thought it was okay. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
This is going to get hot.
It's going to get real hot and heavy. Before we get hot and heavy on what happened this weekend, I do want to get into our movie review first, and then we'll get into our main topic for the show.
We got a Netflix one, The Gray Man.
The Gray Man. I was I don't know what your anticipation level was for this movie, but directed by the Russo brothers, starring Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans.
I already got it wrong.
What?
Starring Ana de Armas.
Oh,
Ryan Gosling.
Sorry. The
Chris
order.
Evans.
The
pecking order is very important.
You're absolutely
And between
right.
the three of them, she's number one.
That's true. Ana de
Maybe
Armas
not necessarily in this movie, but in everything else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Gosh, man, one of my favorites.
Yeah,
one of
for
my
sure.
favorites. We'll get there, but I couldn't tell if she had an American accent or not.
Oh,
it was
I never know.
Bit confusing.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
But Ryan Gosling gets sent to jail.
Yep.
And he gets the classic, hey, you do something for the CIA, FBI, we'll take some years off your sentence.
Yeah, you're a free man.
They know he's highly trained, highly skilled.
Yep.
He agrees, and that's how he ends up out of prison, going on missions all over the world for the secret organization. Something we've seen.
Right. We've seen. Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
So I think my anticipation for the movie came from the directors and the cast.
Mm-hmm.
It was not really the plot of the movie because, like you said, tried and true, been done before. I knew I was going to be entertained. I was.
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself, but it was something that you could have predicted the whole way through, right?
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a bad thing, though. Was that a bad thing?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I want you to tell me if the predictability of this movie, because you knew exactly what you were getting before.
Yeah. So I'll go first, but I'm going to sound like a douche.
Okay.
I'm going to sound like a douche because we'll probably have super conflicting opinions.
Huh.
But, I mean, this was because of the cast, because of the director. It was talked about a lot.
Yeah.
And it got a theatrical release for 7 days before.
Right, 1 week before.
So everybody was talking about it. There was a lot of this, that, and the other thing. And I think the overwhelming majority of the people that I pay attention to did not like this movie.
Okay.
And they picked it apart because of this plot line, because of the script, because of this. And I'm like, that's all fine and true.
Sure.
I could see that.
Yeah.
But for me, this was one of those movies I was like, I didn't give a shit
Right.
about any of that. I didn't care about the scripts being relatively poor.
Yeah.
I didn't care about some of the directions. I didn't care about any of that.
Yeah.
I was like, 45 minutes into this movie, I was like, oh, these are just one of those movies you have on for pure, raw entertainment?
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, let's go. And the
I
entire movie, I'm like, this is why I have a big screen television.
Exactly.
This is why I have a big sound bar.
Right.
This is cool.
And
I'm like, I got out of my theater knowing like, hey, this is why I love movies. Because sometimes you just have a good ass time.
Right.
And some good fighting and some knife jazz.
Right.
And some jazz like the whole time. And yeah, there's a lot to kind of pick apart. But I'm like, I don't care. I had my fun factor.
Yeah.
And fun level was super high for this one.
Right. I agree.
And, you know, it kind of made me realize why Mission Impossibles are good.
Yeah.
Why Bond movies are good. And
yeah.
Matt Damon did such a good job.
With
and like,
the Bourne
you know, I can
series
appreciate all that stuff. But sometimes a streaming movie that's totally free, I didn't pay anything for it, is like there to make me entertained.
Yes.
And then it's kind of making me like, oh, all right, Netflix, I'll keep you around.
And
give me a couple one of these guys every now and again. I'll keep paying for your service.
And I don't know how many action movies they actually invest in at that caliber, right?
Their
like
budget, good God.
They had like I know they had Six Underground, and then they had
like another one. Nobody liked it, but I'm like, yo,
but it was
this
entertaining.
really
And
so
then
cool.
what was the movie with The Rock and
Red Notice? Was
Red
like another
Notice,
one?
yeah, it was
Big
the other
cast.
one that we watched. Yeah, that was again just sort of silly but fun. But I mean, I like movies where there's a badass in it, right? And you're like, this guy can do everything. He can take down 100 guys, and people will sit there and be like, absolutely not. No way in hell is that possible. No. And you're like, I understand that. I get that. Yeah. But it's just cool to see the best of the best do something. And exactly what you're saying. Bond, Bourne, Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible. Like, just the best of the best doing the damn thing. Yeah. It was a little Fast and the Furious at times with the ridiculousness.
Some of the guns, there had a lot of guns.
A lot of guns. Jumping off trains or trolleys and stuff, and it gets a little out there, and you have to suspend your belief for a little bit, and that's okay.
That's fine with me.
That's all right.
But we don't do that all the time.
No, we don't.
So we as people that love movies and are reviewers and like do this stuff for a living, for fun, whatever it is you do it, you go pretty much into any movie like not ready to pick it apart, but you pay attention to it differently. Yeah. And I got to watch this movie as someone that like didn't pay attention to the lighting or the screen, the script or anything like that. Yeah. And I just went in as like a normal guy on a Friday night, like I'm like, damn, what a cool movie. Like, yeah.
But I also don't think that that's a mistake because I think the movie knows exactly what it is, right? I don't think the Russo brothers were trying to make this anything other than what it was, which was an action-packed, fun movie. Yeah. And that's it. That's all they were trying to do. They weren't trying to win an award for cinematography. They weren't trying to win an award for script writing. Yeah. It was just, hey, we understand we're making an action movie. Yeah. And again, you get that right away with the Chris Evans and the Lloyd character, right? Yeah. He's absolutely insane. I don't know if anybody like that actually exists on this planet. But he made the person so ridiculous that I just knew immediately, the Russo brothers know what kind of movie that they're making. It's for fun. The whole thing is for fun.
Which is great because sometimes that's what movies are for. Right. But it was predictable. You knew what was happening. And it was funny because I shit you not, 10 minutes or so before, I'm like, there's no sports car in this. I was like, we don't have a sports car.
And then Anonymous is
like, we gotta have a Benz or I was like an Audi there in Germany or Berlin or I was like, there's gotta be an Audi that shows up, right?
Like, come on.
And I was like, that's strange. Whatever.
Yeah, sure enough.
Like, let's go. All right.
That was the one thing.
It's like that's all I needed. I needed a pretty girl driving a bright red car.
I was very entertained. I thought some of the humor in it was hit or miss, and I think that kind of brought me down. But I actually laughed out loud when Ryan Gosling throws Ana de Armas an empty gun. And she goes to like shoot them.
She was so mad. I felt bad for her.
She was like, "You threw an empty gun. You don't throw loaded guns."
She's like, "You should have asked or something."
The clip was coming. Yeah. I was like, "What? What is this scene? This is so funny." It's like 30 seconds long of like this dialogue
of them just arguing. I felt bad for her
because she's like, I had it.
I thought she was gonna blow the guy's head off.
Yeah, she's like, I had it.
I was like,
but it was a funny thing to do in script writing to get them to the next thing, right? Yeah. Because how is the guy gonna escape when there's two of them? They got guns. How is he getting out of? He's just on a bike. It's not loaded.
Which is funny, but I really thought she was gonna blow his.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I thought there was going to be like a gruesome something. Because I'm like, it's rated R. It's on Netflix. Like, you could do like a snipe. Just
head explodes
or somebody like falls. So I thought there was going to be something like that. Yeah. And I thought that was that moment. She's just going to shotgun blast him or whatever she had.
And then you just see him fly off the bike. Yeah. But, and again, I think we could pick apart this movie. I think that we could rip it to shreds. There's a lot of questionable motivation for a lot of these characters, and I think anybody could see that. Yeah. I mean, my wife's sitting next to me watching this, and she's literally like, come on, right?
Yeah,
you could
see
her
like firing shots at him.
Yeah. I mean, Ryan Gosling survives basically an ambush while he's handcuffed to a bench.
Oh yeah, and
Like,
they're like firing like
never in a
full
million
on.
years.
Yeah.
But okay, here's a good example of the movie knowing exactly what it is, because Lloyd in that scene says, "Can someone kill the person handcuffed to the
Yeah.
bench?" Right? They're
super
like,
acknowledging what they're doing.
super self-aware
Yeah.
of what it is, and that's when I think it's okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
okay to be a fun movie if you know what you are, and that's why I had a good time.
I had a good time. It's a Netflix movie. What are you? Come on, what are you trying to do?
Like they gave us
Yeah.
us, here you go,
Which
here's
was
some fun.
great. How'd you feel about the stash?
I
Cap?
don't know if is this a new trend that's happening
No,
now?
I just think it was because his character was a idiot.
Oh, okay.
His character, and again, we're not going too deep here. His character is also kind of a bitch.
Mhm.
And when I mean bitch, I mean he was standing behind everybody the whole time.
Yeah, well, he
You're
was
supposedly one of the world's greatest, biggest, baddest mother freakers.
yeah, and
But you're
he's
like
like,
standing behind the monitor, like,
you go. Yeah.
after him.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
bro, you should have been in there head first.
If he was actually
If he was actually what he
that
claimed
good,
to be,
yeah.
he's like, all right. So clearly they can't shoot the guy on the bench. I'll just do it.
right, yeah,
And
I'll
which
go out
again
there.
they do, and they get to that final
Kind
battle.
of, but even in that final battle where they're fighting, which in that maze, which I was like, oh my gosh, the thing is so cool.
Yeah.
He pulls out a knife, right?
Yeah.
Because he's a little bitch. It's a hand-to-hand fight. He realizes I'm gonna lose. In the first minute, he realizes
Because he was
I'm getting my ass
kicked.
kicked here.
Dang.
Pulls out a knife.
He kicked him in the head, and then his head went into one of the statues.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh, see, like all that was just like, that was good. It
I
was
know.
just good. The fight was
Or
good.
he goes to
The
punch him,
slicing.
and then Ryan Gosling puts his head down,
Yeah, and
and then he goes, ah!
his hands blown up. Like there was just too many.
There was just a
There
lot
was
of,
too much good. Like this is what an action movie is supposed to be.
Yeah, I agree.
And sometimes it's just
Lot
you
of-
got to look over that.
A lot of
stuff
action
and-
elements.
Yeah, but I definitely did enjoy it.
Having said
for
that,
sure.
though, what do you rate it?
I mean, for me, like I would watch this movie again.
Yes,
for
yes,
sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I'm not looking deeply into it, it's like an 8.
Okay.
Like I would not mind having a Blu-ray copy of this movie.
yeah, because
Like
it's
I
fun.
would love to put this movie on. This
Yeah.
is like a good movie to have in the collection, I think.
I agree. I mean,
I
it's just a fun movie.
And like Ana de Armas too, again proves like you should be a Bond or play some sort of
She's
Bond
good,
character.
man.
Or
She's
some
good.
sort of spy or like whatever it is they're trying to get her to do.
Yeah.
I think she's earned
Well,
it.
she
I
could be-
really do think she's earned it.
Yeah, she could be the lead of an action movie.
Oh,
which
100%.
I would be very curious to see.
100%.
Right, and so I would like to see
she
that
was
movie.
like this probably wasn't my favorite.
No, I
of
don't
hers,
think it.
but I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Again, she still like did enough, and they were on the table, and they were like going back and like even that was
I
cool.
know exactly.
I thought that
With
was
the
so cool.
The choking and
Yeah,
stuff.
and they were like flipping back and forth and like doing the cable.
Just again, cool things that are happening
Exactly.
on screen, right?
So like even
Yeah.
by the end of it, I'm like, she should give her something.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
don't put it on Netflix.
and as far as
Give her something.
as far as acting chops goes, I mean, she's proven herself time and time again, and she's coming out with Blonde, right? And that's going to be an interesting Marilyn Monroe biopic, and so I think that we're going to see her acting chops. But I would like to see her in as a lead in an action movie.
She could do it.
Yeah.
I think she could.
Yeah, I agree.
100%.
I agree. So I give
Good
it
time.
I give it a 7.5.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. I think it was
That'll
a
work.
fun time. Again, whatever you're expecting, just expect to have a good
Yeah.
time. And that's all that matters.
That's all movies are about.
All right. That wraps
big
up
event.
The Gray Man. And we're going to start with what happened this weekend. What happened this weekend, Diego? Nothing.
Not
I
a
don't
whole
know.
lot.
Did my laundry.
Did my laundry.
Cleaned
I had
up.
Some stuff to do around the old house.
Nothing major occurred.
Nothing. I mean, not. I don't know. I go back and forth. But big event this weekend is
all
they had
right.
Comic-Con in San
Comic-Con.
Diego,
Yep. San Diego Comic-Con 2022.
which is used to be a big deal. It used to be this big glorified event. I don't really know what to think of it anymore.
It used to be the one-stop shop for everything you needed.
The best of like just something that you could look forward to every year.
And much like streaming networks right now, I guess events are popping up left and right for people because we have Star Wars Celebration and D23, and I don't know what's going on with DC fandom. They're trying to figure that out. And I'm just like, So everybody has their own thing.
Yes.
So now Comic-Con is not the place you go for everything anymore.
No, because I think what we've learned this year at Comic-Con is Disney and Marvel don't care, but they're like, dude, we have our own thing. We're just here to support you little guys now because we're on our own. So we're going to save our announcements and our big crowd pleasers and everything for our own event. We're not going to take it to you guys.
It's a commercial for their own stuff.
Yes, correct.
Right. It's a commercial for come check us out later on where you can get the
September.
real news. So that's what it turned into is basically a place for studios to go and say, hey, go check out our actual thing. Here's the tease. That's the actual. And that's where
Which
it
I'm
was
like,
a bummer.
another thing, I'm like, there's too much. I can't keep up.
Yeah.
There's Comic-Con, like, again,
same-
like, there's
same
only
thing.
4 of them. I'm like, but do we need to do this 4 times a year now
Yeah, it doesn't
for
matter.
announcements?
Yeah.
No, we had one glorious event
Right.
that everybody loved. People all around the world, every year, San Diego,
Yep.
New York, Comic-Con. Those are like the ones that you go to. And those, again, have been watered down because Marvel and Disney want to do their own thing, which rightfully so. Go for it. Do your own thing.
Well,
You're
and-
big enough.
yeah.
You have earned your own event.
And I think everybody's
But
going to
again,
do
like
that.
they're like monopolizing the spotlight, I feel. But we'll get into
I
that.
mean, again, we can probably get into the weeds of what Comic-Con is supposed to be about, and maybe it isn't supposed to be about this at all.
I thought it was
right?
about comic books.
Right. And so I'm like, oh, what is it about? And tell me how many comic book news you remember from.
Oh, I'll tell you. I'll tell you here in a moment. I'll tell you here in a moment.
But it's not about that anymore.
No,
There's
it's definitely
toys, there's comics, there's people that are trying to go over there and get their name out. And that's, I think, what it probably boils down to. And we kind of got distracted. And that, I think, was okay because it put SDCC on the map. And that was a good thing.
Yeah,
But
I don't think it'll remain the big.
I don't think it will
because your big
either.
announcements aren't going to go there anymore.
Yeah. That's why people would go there.
Yeah,
Right? And
you
it's
would
cool.
Go there to get this news and Hall H. I don't know if is it still Hall H or is it something else?
No, Hall H.
So Hall H, this glorious thing it's just gonna fade. It's just gonna simmer. It's not gonna be.
Yeah.
It'll always have those great moments, but it's gonna simmer as just. Again, that's still where you go every year for Comic-Con for your biggest announcements.
Right. But
it's not gonna be the major announcements anymore.
well, and I'll also say this is I don't actually know that studios have major announcements anymore in general. Right? Like I don't know they used to have like the one big thing.
Yeah.
Marvel gave us 18 things, right? Like it's
16 of them we already knew.
Right.
Something like that.
Right,
There's
right,
only
right.
3 or 4 things I wasn't aware
that
of.
we were like, "Oh, cool."
Like, whoa, that's new. I didn't know about that.
So I also think that it won't be what it used to be just because of volume. And that is a bummer also. Not that I would want to go back to the one superhero movie every 3 years thing,
Yeah.
but there was something joyous about, man, they would go to Hall H and they would announce that one movie that was coming out in 2 years.
Yeah.
Right? In 2 years, we're going to get this movie. We get a little tease of the movie and then the actor coming out. But that was all they had. They didn't have the all the volume that they have now.
Yeah.
Not just Marvel. I'm also talking about DC and really any major studio right now.
Yeah.
Paramount Plus had like a crazy lineup of stuff, right? And so I think everybody is sort of cramming it all they can down everyone's throats right now.
But there was some good announcements. I mean, we got D&D, got Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. So
We got
so let's get
House
into-
of Dragon.
let's maybe get into some of the, I guess, top ones that you enjoyed. Because we did get trailers, so that was nice.
Yeah, trailers
we
are always
did,
good.
We did get things we hadn't seen before, right?
Okay.
So DC not really doing too much there, right? But we
So-
did get some footage.
Yeah, but here's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Is DC did big this weekend. It wasn't on the film DCEU front, but it was on the comic book front. They released a ton of comic book information.
Oh,
A lot.
interesting.
Like I think way outweighed any of the film stuff.
Such as?
So there's God, and it's I don't remember the exact name. It's like a Crisis on Infinite Earths, but they titled it. It's like a new storyline on that. There's a new Joker thing that they're doing. There's a new Batman segment that they're doing. There's a couple different things
that were announced.
And again, I'm so far behind on comics.
Yeah.
Like there's really only one hero that I go pick up and read.
Yeah.
But I'm like, wow, there's a lot of comic book news that came out of
Comic-Con.
That nobody saw.
Because Comic-Con.
Yeah, that were actual comic storylines.
Yeah.
Oh god, and I wish I remember
the Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Yeah, it's Crisis on Infinite. It's not Earths. It's galaxies or something like that. Something like that. But like I thought that was really cool. That's something interesting. But then they did again the stuff we know. They did Black Adam.
Yep.
They did Shazam.
Yep.
They did Harley Quinn season 3 for HBO Max, which I
knew.
love.
Yeah.
Again, we've already seen a trailer for it.
Yep.
Yeah,
we saw like the artwork and stuff.
Yeah.
For all of that. So yeah, we knew. We got. But again, we had The Rock come out as Black Adam. I love that he's super into character and loves what he's doing.
Yeah.
Right. He always seems like he's having the best time of his whole life.
Yeah.
And we got a trailer for Black Adam, and
short one, like a minute.
Real short. The coloring is a little odd to me, but I don't know if maybe if it's like a dream sequence or we're like before present day or different Earth or
gold.
different. Yeah.
Or like brownish.
It's very like sepia, right?
Yeah.
It's like, and so I'm not really digging that. I'm not really digging the way that they
I don't know.
colorized it, but I'm like, all right.
I don't know.
There's not much to go off of.
Yeah.
But I like that The Rock is into it. At the very least, I think we're going to get an
star in the
action
world.
movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Biggest star in the world. But again, where was everything at? Like, why are these things... Where was Batgirl? Where was Aquaman? Where was any Green Lantern HBO? Something. Again, and we talked about another show. Just something like, hey, guys, we're still doing it. It's not there yet, but it's going to happen, I promise. That's all I got. Like, just
something.
Anything.
The thing is, like, Discovery Warner is figuring themselves out right now. They're finding themselves. So I didn't expect
and I didn't expect anything either, but it's
but
again,
I know what you're saying.
Maybe it goes back to that I'm that entitled fan.
Like you owe me something
to
keep me interested.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
At
least on Aquaman because we know that's happening.
Right.
We know everything the majority of we know it's for sure.
Right.
The Flash, we knew that there was going to be nothing there. I'm well aware that there was going to be nothing.
That is like
Batgirl,
could go in the trash.
Is happening.
Yeah.
Blue Beetle, we know is happening. They're done with it.
So like,
just
where is it?
Just say something. Hey guys, it's finished. We're not quite ready yet, but I promise we'll have something for you down the line.
Yeah.
Like, and again, I know that's not how this show works. I know that's not how these companies script it out, but it would be nice just kind of be like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I'm glad they said something.
Man, I can't wait for it. I can't wait to get that Blue Beetle. That's going to be cool. All
yeah,
right,
because it does feel like they forgot about things, right? It feels like it's forgotten about. And so now we're all kind of like worried.
Yeah.
Where is it? What's happening with it?
Yeah.
What's going on?
But I like what I got. I like Shazam. Shazam was great.
Shazam's a good one. Shazam is so funny.
Family fun.
Yeah, so that's going to be
Black Adam's going to be, I think, still family fun to a degree.
Oh, yeah. I don't think it's going to be rated R or anything, right?
No.
But, yeah, they'll have... My boys always get, like, super curious about superheroes that are not really good or bad. They just, like, they don't really... They do their own thing, and they... Why?
And they're asking me questions like, why would he do that? I was like, dude, I don't know either.
Like, I don't know. But is he a bad guy? You're like, no, not really. It's just like, I don't know. He's a nuisance.
Yeah,
like, I don't know what you...
He's bothering everybody?
Like, how do you explain that? You're like, I don't get it.
Black Adam's going to be the one. It's like, he's not now, but he will be.
Right.
Yeah, but why did he just
like,
crush that man under that bus?
Exactly. Yeah.
He was in the way. I don't know.
How could he be good if he's killing people? And you're like, I'm aware of the semantic. It's strange. It's strange.
All right.
You'll learn.
But I got enough out of DC to be like, all right. Fine.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And again, we're going to watch all these movies.
Yeah.
It's just, I agree with you. I wish we would have gotten something. So DC, not really a long segment. Of course, we go into Marvel.
The big one, the big guys.
Marvel is a little bit. They had a little more stuff, a little bit more than DC. I think they had a little bit more.
Yeah.
To say than DC did. So
I'll let you go on this one.
all right.
You already know where I'm gonna lean.
So what the most interesting thing to me was that they're wrapping Phase 4. And that they're saying, okay, Wakanda Forever is the end of Phase 4. We're gonna get into Phase 5. But to me, there was no real end to Phase 4, right? They're basically saying like, we're not really sure what to do now, so let's just stop it and then let's just start the next thing.
We all know you hate everything that's been going on, so we'll just
exactly
try to put a bow on it with a main character with the
they
kind
were
of struggling.
Basically going this way, right? And then now they're going to course correct, and they were like, we need to just stop, move over, and then we'll continue. Yeah. And that's fine. But that was the most interesting thing that I found from the panel was, hey, we hear you. We understand what's going on. We're going to move on, and we're going to try to get it right this time.
Yeah, which is good.
Which is great.
I'm all about it.
So there's a lot to unpack there. Phase 5, tons and
we'll go
tons
quick
of stuff,
too. We'll
right?
go quick because I'll start screaming at
I don't
people.
really care about everything on this damn thing. Yeah. And there's, I think it was 6 movies, 6 shows. Right? So Disney Plus stuff, again, back to the same old story of like, I don't know. It might be good. Maybe. We'll see, I guess. We'll have to watch it to find out. Yeah. So who knows? Who knows? None of it was like, oh my God, I can't wait. Except for one thing for me. There was one thing, and it was a tie-in between what was announced in Phase 5 and the end of the She-Hulk trailer. And that was Daredevil.
Oh, yes.
That was the only thing that I watched where I was like, oh, yes. Hell yes. I can't wait.
Which we love him.
Oh, my God, I can't wait.
We love him. I love him.
But we're not actually getting any of the things I care about. I'm not, because I don't care about Quantumania. I don't care about Agatha and the Coven. I don't care about what else is on there.
It's like my boiling inside my body right now.
I don't really care about any the Guardians. I do. I think it's fun, but I'm not like a huge Guardians fan.
Yeah.
So again, there's not really much on there. Captain America, maybe if I see a trailer, I might get into it. But yeah, there's not a whole lot.
So Daredevil was your big one?
I think Daredevil. I'm really curious about Blade, only because I kind of want to see what Mahershala Ali does versus Wesley Snipes, of course. But I mean, as far as like fandom goes, Daredevil is probably the biggest thing the thing I was most excited about.
Yeah.
Okay, you go. You go.
So I mean,
like, it was good.
So yeah,
I'm done.
Like, subscribe. So no, I mean, I'm pretty much following the same pattern. Yeah. Daredevil's gonna be interesting. Again, it's you had something so great. Like you had a great, like a top tier show. Yeah. A top tier show.
And you squished it.
And you're like, no, we're not going to do it. So like, okay, cool. We'll move it to Disney Plus. So it happens all the time. Shows switch networks, whatever it is.
Yeah, they get bought, right?
Exactly, and that's totally fine. So like, for sure, I'm going to watch it. But it's gonna be hard because if you Disney Plus it up, I'm like, I'm gonna go back to Netflix, and I don't think are they on?
No, they're on Disney Plus.
They're on Disney Plus now,
yeah,
right? Okay.
Yeah, they're on the rated R.
I know they were somewhere.
Yeah.
So like, I'm gonna go watch the violent one,
right?
Because it was so good.
Yes, it was.
Because it was just so such a good show. But again, I don't want to say anything yet because they could be like, hey guys, look, they did have a great thing. Let's try to keep some of that going. There was a nice niche of fans, loyal fans. All right, we got to tone it down a bit. But let's not take away from what it was.
Right.
Let's still try to respect.
So that's what I'm going to say.
And that's where I'm like, I don't want to talk too much shit. Because this is going to be 18 episodes.
But I do think that they're sticking with the same theme.
And I hope so.
I don't think that they're Disney Plus.
I was going to say Willem Dafoe.
What, Charlie Cox is his
name. Charlie Cox.
Oh, okay.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, Vincent.
Close enough. So like they're coming back. So like I'm excited.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Like I'm excited to see this.
As far as when I say I'm excited about Daredevil, it's because I think it's a continuation of what we had before.
I hope so.
And if it is not, I will be crushed.
I don't think it's a continuation.
You think it's a new?
I think it's a new thing with just the same actors.
But the same tone. It has to be the same tone.
I don't think they will though.
If it's not, I'm gonna be.
I really don't.
I'm gonna be furious.
Like it's gonna be the same Hell's Kitchen. I don't think it's gonna be the same Kingpin. That's like I will murder every single one of you.
I don't even know how you do Daredevil not like that. So, but again, aside from that, I mean,
Daredevil's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Daredevil's gonna be great. But I mean, there's nothing. So there was two big. So the King the Conqueror Avengers movie.
That's Phase 6.
Well, doesn't that close out 5 and then?
No, that's
Secret War starts 6.
No, they were both announced in 6.
So one
to close out 6.
Okay.
Because they're 6 months apart.
They're 6 months apart. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought one closed out 5, one started 6.
No, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember.
Yeah, they're both in 6.
So I'm like, okay, that's interesting because they're Avengers movies. Again, you're not topping what you did in Endgame. And maybe that's not your goal.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not what you're trying to do. And that's fine. Catherine Hahn's phenomenal.
I love Catherine Hahn.
Great. I would love to go to a bar and get super drunk with her. And I don't want you to have to replay the footage. I want to stand very firm on this. I'm not watching that fucking show.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Like, what is it called?
If you think I'm wasting an hour of my life watching a show on I don't even know her character.
Well, Agatha.
Agatha.
But it's a coven.
But what's her? Does she have a witch name?
Agatha Harkness is her name, and I think that's.
She doesn't have like a witchy name.
I don't remember.
I'm not watching that show. If you think I'm spending 5 or 6 hours watching it, you're wrong. Echo, I'm kind of in the same ballpark, but maybe if I hear good things, I liked your character. Maybe.
Don't care about it.
But
Echo
I'm kind of in the same place. I don't know who you are, and nor do I. Why do I need to care about you or put 6 hours of my life into you?
Yeah.
Again, if somebody's like, dude, please, just trust me. I'm like, all right. Mm-hmm. Somebody could come to me like, dude, you got to watch Agatha. I'm like, Sam, get out of my house.
Yeah.
I'm not watching it. I'm not going to watch it. Nobody's going to
Yeah.
convince me. I'm telling you now, I'm
You're
not
like,
watching it.
no way. No
Again,
how.
if somebody is like, dude, you got to watch Echo, I would consider it. Outside of that, I'm not picking it up on my own.
Yeah.
Captain America 4, y'all should have stopped your trilogies at 3. I love Anthony Mackie. Maybe as time gets closer.
Too. Yeah.
And we start getting tidbits, a new suit, some new powers, kind of a little synopsis of what he's doing.
Yeah.
Maybe a villain, maybe somebody he's partnering up with. Whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. It's Captain America 4. If I watch Thor 4, I'm probably going to watch Captain America 4.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I guess that's fair.
But again, at the moment, I'm like, okay. And?
Yeah.
Ironheart, don't care.
Yeah. Agreed.
Again, I don't know why. It's just a lot. It's just a lot for me. And again, as time gets closer, some of these are 2023, 2024.
That's true.
2025. These are far away.
That's true.
So yes, my whole life will change by the time these shows come out.
Oh,
by the
yeah.
time
3 years from now?
Cast is announced. A lot is going to be
3
different.
3 years from now.
We'll have 204 subscribers by then.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
Guys, like and subscribe for me and
If you
Sam
like
on
what
the
we're
show.
saying.
If you like what we're saying, if you love us, hate us, please let us know. I know I rub a lot of people the wrong way. That's okay.
Subscribe to us to hate us.
Subscribe to us to talk shit. But for me, it's just...
I get it.
Dude, it's so much. And I get it. It's scattered out over a long period of time.
Yeah, but is it
an Agatha,
12?
An Agatha show? An
Yeah.
Agatha show, really?
Right.
That's what you thought was a good idea? You're trying to make fans of Agatha Harkness?
Right. Well, so here's my...
Why is there no Kate Bishop show?
So here's my thing.
Why is there... What? An Agatha show?
The thing is, we could probably break down every announcement here.
Yeah,
right.
100%.
Right. So even with the Echo show, with the Agatha show, I cannot imagine we're not going to see where, like, the characters that they came from, right?
Yeah.
I cannot imagine we're going to get an Agatha show and not have Scarlet Witch in there, especially because Scarlet Witch put her where she is currently. And if the show is taking off from present day to where we are, then you have to have Scarlet Witch in there somehow, some way. And I think again,
It's all fine and good.
I think you're trying to keep these main characters in by branching them out, right? So here are the main characters that are the actual, maybe even if you call them the roots,
Yeah.
right? And then all this stuff is growing out of it. That's what I feel this is more than anything.
But is that what you're gonna do? Hey, we got Elizabeth Olsen back in Agatha, so now you have to watch it because Scarlet Witch is there. So you're not watching it for Harkness. I'm so confused.
1,000%.
Now you have to watch it because Scarlet Witch is in it.
1,000%.
That's why you have to watch our show. No, not Agatha. Elizabeth Olsen.
Yes.
Not
100%.
Is that what you're gonna do to me?
Yes, and Echo is gonna have Kate Bishop in it, right? Like,
See?
and again,
So there's my drawing.
and Vincent D'Onofrio. You know, right? Like you have.
Which I understand. For some people that don't think I understand how a cinematic universe works, I get it. A cinematic or a multiverse or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's all one universe. The same
Multiverse
planet,
Saga.
the same whatever. That's cool. That's why it's so good. And that's why people love it.
Right.
Because you could watch something and be like, dude, I remember that from 12 shows ago or whatever it is. You're
Right.
like, it's all one thing. And that's cool. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
And my thing is, and I'll close with this.
Okay.
That way we can get on with our
Yeah.
lives. So what, you blocked it out through 2025?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
How much longer, how many phases are we going to have here?
Well, that actually does bring me to the thing that I wanted to close on too, which is Phase 6, right? Phase 6, they basically put up, all those dates, right, and said, we have all these movies we haven't announced yet. Yeah. All these dates are already sealed, but we're not going to announce anything. Go see your D23 thing. But what they said was, or Feige was like, this ends the Multiverse Saga. Mm-hmm. But it felt like, don't worry, like for people that are not enjoying this, it's wrapping up in 3 years, and then we will all move on with our lives. Like it didn't feel like, aren't you sad we're wrapping it? It felt like, don't worry, we're wrapping this up. Yeah. I promise you, it's gonna come to a close in 3 years.
So you think Marvel's just gonna be like, all right, we're done?
I think Marvel Phase 7 is gonna be very different. Very,
but is there gonna be a Phase?
Yeah, there absolutely is because
what?
Because we need
what is that?
Well, because we don't have Deadpool, we don't have X-Men, right? We're barely getting Fantastic Four. That needs a trilogy.
Man,
like
it's
but
it's a lot. It's a lot
but we're getting into the things that I think I care about more. Blade is going to have multiple movies. Like these are
I have something else I want to close on now.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
But, and again, we might see Daredevil in a movie. Yeah. But so I think we're getting back to characters that I care about.
Correct.
And so Phase 7 could be those characters I cared about again.
Yeah.
So we had this weird multiverse crap go on of a bunch of things that I didn't really know a lot about. Yeah. Now we're getting back into the good stuff.
Yeah.
And that was the other thing that I was like, okay, Phase 6 may actually get me back on track.
Back to where you want to be.
As a fan.
Okay. I could see that.
You go.
So here's my thing. And I'll tell you right now, we're not going anywhere, our show.
No, not at all.
If anything, there's a lot of chatter around.
We'll be here in 3 years.
There's a lot of chatter around the office about how our show's going to improve.
Exactly.
So I'm here for the show.
We're in the boardroom making plans.
But I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he said something to me, and it's sat with me for a little bit, and I was like, "You're right." I don't have to watch any of this.
No, you don't.
I don't have to be a fan of Marvel.
Right.
I don't have to put Marvel posters on my wall.
Nope.
I don't have to do any of this.
Correct.
I can just, that show seems interesting. I'll check it out.
Truth.
But I don't have to connect 94 projects in my life to be considered a film fan. Yeah. I like a lot of stuff. I like a lot of movies. You know what I miss? I miss Doom Patrol. I loved that show.
Yeah.
You know what I missed? Parks and Rec and How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
And the local news. Like, there's other things in the world that I can use to consume my time or my screen time, whatever it is. And I think a lot of it for me the next 3 years is I'm just not going to watch or talk about any of this stuff. And guess what? That's okay.
And we'll still have plenty to talk about.
We'll have, because there's so much. I mean, I've seen 45 movies and it's July.
If we don't watch Agatha, I don't think it will hurt us one bit.
And that's fine. But like, I kind of thought about it. I'm like, oh,
but
I felt this obligation
right.
to Disney and to Marvel. Like, I got to watch all your shows.
I know what you're saying.
And then when I was taking some of these guys off my wall and getting new ones, I'm like, why am I obligated to watch your shows?
No.
You know what I watched a couple minutes of the other day? The Departed. Holy jeepers, my God.
Amazing.
Oh, my God. That is one of the finest films possibly ever. Granted, I watched 15, 20 minutes of it, but I'm like, wow, that was a great 20 minutes of my day.
Right, right.
And I'm like, I don't have to watch this stuff.
You could pop 20 minutes into any part of The Departed.
And you're having a good time. And again, I love the X-Men, the Deadpools, the Fantastic Four. Again, maybe. I still don't have any hope for Fantastic Four.
No. And
if you don't cast the right people,
right.
Guess what? It's still going to suck.
But that's what I mean by that was the feeling that I got from Kevin Feige and the announcement of the end of the Multiverse Saga. It was for people exactly like you that were like, I am not having a good time. Mm-hmm. This that you are doing is not for me.
And I'm assuming they have to know that.
I absolutely think they know that.
And so I'll you know how many times we close out the show? And I'll say this, is I'm still a Marvel. I still love the comic. I still love all this. I'm still happy to be a part of it. I hope I'm never part of the toxic fandom. I just hope I'm always to whatever level of fandom that I'm comfortable being.
Right.
And I encourage that for anybody.
Absolutely.
Be whatever level you're comfortable of being. If you don't want to watch something, don't watch it. Just because someone tells you have to.
Yeah.
Do whatever you're comfortable with. But I can still come back in 3 years and be like, dude, I'm all in on this.
1,000%.
Yo, we got Deadpool, X-Men,
absolutely,
Wolverine, dude, a Cyclops movie. I never thought Cyclops.
You're like,
cool. I'm all about it. Yo, Charlie Cox got his own movie. Like, dude, I love Daredevil. I'm like, dude, you know what? All right.
Excellent
freaked
point.
up for a long time, but like I'm back in on this because you're
yeah.
giving me something to care about.
Absolutely.
I reserve that right to be able to take a break, to explore other things. And then when it's what I feel it needs to be, then I'm going to come back. Just like all you DC fans are going to do.
Yeah.
When you were all Christopher Nolan high for so long and Man of Steel and all that stuff. And then now you've been talking shit for 5, 6, 7 years.
Yep.
And once it gets good, because I promise you it will get good. I have insights. I promise you DC in whatever capacity will turn around and get fantastic.
Right.
And I welcome you to come back.
But the thing is,
I welcome you to come back.
It will be a break, and you're making an excellent point, and I could not have said it better myself, is, you know what? Take a break. Come back. Come back when it's fresh.
Yeah.
And you absolutely can do that, have the right to do that, and no one can say that you're not a fan if you said, you know what they're doing right now, not for me.
And that's
not
okay.
for me. And that's absolutely fine. So, excellent point. I think it's a great place to stop.
What do we got next?
Well, there's a lot of things that I wish I was doing, but probably going to go on a little hiatus for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure that we get things in order.
It's going to be in brand new format when we come back.
Yeah. So when we come back, I want to get us on a different track. It'll be exciting. We're going to do some new stuff, have some fun, get some segments on this show. We're going to do some box office stuff. We're going to figure this whole thing out.
We're going to play some games. Okay,
we're gonna have.
We've
some
played
fun.
games here in the past, but now we're gonna play some fun games.
Exactly.
And they're not just random ass games either. They're movie related games.
Yeah, movie related games.
Got some trivia.
Pertain.
We got beers here. I want to talk more about beers.
Exactly. I want to put a spotlight on what we're doing here.
We got some things to do. So it will be different when we come back. I'll throw up some clips.
Yeah, we might have a small break to just get things in order, and then we'll be back hopefully in August. And we'll just figure out, late August, we'll figure this whole thing out. We're gonna have a great time. So we'll see where we are then. Yeah, it's great.
But I mean, I'm knocking out Nope, where the Crawdads sing.
Yep.
Like I got
Super Pets, maybe.
I'll probably knock out Super Pets. I mean, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Look at that cast: Kevin Hart, Dwayne Johnson, Keanu Reeves, John Krasinski. Come on, that's packed.
Yeah, amazing.
It's animated, but it's still packed.
Nonetheless, it's gonna be a fun time.
So we'll hit it hard in August. There's
We'll play
there's some fun
catch-up.
stuff coming.
I know. I can't wait.
So please.
We're entering phase 3.
We're entering phase 3 of
our show here.
Yeah, we started off really rough. But
Real rough.
Gotten up to, man.
We started off like superhero movies in the 80s.
Yeah.
That's how we started off. Then we got into the early 2000s.
We've gotten up. We're going to do some games. We're going to get some guests on the show.
We're going to modernize this.
It's going to be a lot of fun. But until then, like subscribe, comment. Please, I love some of the comments we get from people. Whether
we
they're
appreciate
good
every single
or
one
negative.
of them.
They're great. Some people said a lot of nice things.
We have a lot of positivity on our channel for the most part.
For the
Some people get a little heated, but for the most part.
But again, it's never been like, you guys are idiots.
Right.
Like, you guys are more. Like, it's never been. And if it is, dude, it doesn't bother me.
No, please.
Sometimes I fumble my words or I don't say something correctly.
Sometimes we end the show and I'm like, shouldn't have said that, or I wish I would have said something.
Yeah,
right.
Really, really quick.
Okay.
We're going opening night Wakanda Forever, though, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's going to be something different.
Well, and I hate to break it to you, but we're probably going to watch She-Hulk, sir. That's in August. Probably going to check it out. Oh, you're going to watch it. You're going to watch it. It's going to be good.
Yeah, light it, everybody.
All right, everybody. Later.